get a few helpful tips out of it. I've got my partner in crime with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hello, I'm Kevin Lemersey. I'm down here in Asia, and we're going to be talking to a very exciting CEO, friend of mine, guy I've known for about 10 years. His name's Josh Perry. And Josh is he's always doing awesome things, and he likes to he likes to kick ass at what he's doing, and he's usually a good character to talk to. So go ahead, Tyler.
Well, the topic of today's cast is we're going to be working on a landing page for a software as a service product and brand that has been in the works. We have the founder, Josh, with us to logicize and strategize his brand. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on.
Morning, Josh, but it's
hey guys.
Time. Good evening.
Hey.
Welcome, Josh.
How y'all doing this evening?
I'm getting my
Doing
coffee.
fine. It is a great day.
Good. Well, thanks for having me on. I'm excited about, sharing about kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff that we've been doing with Lane Hero and what we're really trying to do with it and who we're
Why
really
don't you go ahead and tell the audience what you're building?
Yeah, sure. So what we're doing is we're starting with a driver-focused trucking app. I've been in and around the trucking industry my whole life. My dad is on his 50th year of driving. My mom drove for 30 as well, so I come from a family of truck drivers and logisticians. And what we're really trying to do is put the focus back on the driver themselves, not on the corporate level of trucking. I feel like there's been too much focus on the corporate level of trucking because it is a huge industry. $1.7 trillion floats around every year, and people see them dollar signs and put on suits and ties, when at the end of the day the guy really making it all happen is behind a windshield and the wheel with work boots on. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We really want to serve that individual, the driver, and make their life easier in such a way that just relieves some of the stress of having to drive up and down the highways, and then eventually parlay that into the freight marketplace that we've been working on to really serve not only the driver but the marketplace as a whole direct to the driver. So pretty exciting stuff. And
you have seen and experienced and worked in this industry from a lot of angles, haven't you?
Yeah. From driver's son to behind the wheel to a broker. I'm a member of the Arkansas Trucking Association, so I've dealt with the legislative portion. I've seen everybody from the suits to the janitor, right? And that's how I like to say it, in that everybody's got their place in the gambit of making stuff either hit the plate or hit the grocery store, or a lot of people don't realize that everything that we enjoy in our day-to-day first world lives has been delivered by a truck at some point. So
I'm into that.
Like I said, we're just really trying to serve that person who's the delivery boy at the end of the day.
And so because you have that 40,000 foot view of the ecosystem involved in our transportation industry, that gives you a lot of insights and instinct on what may be missing from the industry.
The other day,
I've been the guy, like I said, I've been the guy behind the wheel. So
yeah. When we were talking the other day, Josh, and you related to me that 86% of the freight in America moves with, mom and pop truck drivers. That's what struck me. And so one of the things that Tyler and I are always trying to do is help the micro entrepreneur, help the mom and pop, help the small SME market. Our customers are not the global slave shops. You know what I mean? We're for the working man and people that are starting. With that said, Tyler, why don't you start hammering away at what this landing page needs to accomplish? And I'll shut up now.
So might as well use ourselves as an example, right? This is a landing page of sorts, and there's different kinds of landing pages out there. I'll go into some of the mechanics of how this works throughout the call, and also suggest some resources on how any business, whether it's software, mom and pop shop, running a promotion, or a restaurant or a service business like ours in the consulting area, can easily set up a landing page and why you might want to do that. So we'll go into all that on the call today. Let me just hide this real quick. Landing pages are more than just a placeholder for a full-scale web presence. A lot of people get the idea that if you don't have a full website ready to go, that you just put up a landing page. And a lot of people choose to do that. There's good reasons for doing so. But the landing page is also a way to restrict people's attention to what your most wanted response is from that page. There's this, when you've got links everywhere on a website, it's very easy for people to get lost in the weeds.
No animated GIFs, Josh. No animated GIFs.
Yeah.
You know how I am with the memes and the GIFs, right?
Right. And there's different ways to set up a landing page too. I'm going to go over a couple of those ways. There's subscription. There's software as a service subscriptions out there. Landing page builders. A couple examples might be unbounce.com. What's another one that comes to mind, Kevin?
You're using Lead Pages.
Lead Pages. I think it's a .net.
And we're going to be building. What software are we going to be using? We're going to be using it's Josh. What's the sales software we're using?
Phone sites.
Phones. Yeah, and that's that. I like that because it ties in directly with your CRM and the ability to track your leads.
Yep. You can plug it right into Pipedrive or whatever.
Yeah, and the integrations are the total available integrations for a landing page generator service is definitely a key differentiator, and it can influence why you may or may not want to go with that service. There's more affordable options for landing pages too. One of my favorite methods to do it on the cheap is to dummy up a WordPress site and find a landing page template for the landing page itself. And I'll show you guys how you can do that cheaply and easily too. We're platform agnostic here at Upstarts, so it's all about what your goals are for the landing page. And
let's hit that too. Let's drive that home. Josh, what are your goals for this landing page? I mean, we have an application. We looked at our vivid vision that we set, and in that we have about 6 months to hit about 1,000 users, correct? So we want to get 1,000 users paying $5 a month in 6 months. This is organic, everybody. We're not going to be spending a lot of money on advertising. So if people are looking at like, wow, that's really low, there's a reason it's over 6 months. That's because we're going to be developing content along with the application. So go ahead, Josh. Tell us.
There's a lot of pieces to wrap into it. Well, I mean, with the landing page, we really just want to bring attention to the brand. We want to give them an idea of who we are and what we represent. And like I said, that is just bringing it all back to the trucker, putting the power back in their hands with this huge industry that we have. And I think that, my unique perspective and some of my colleagues' unique perspective on that has really is really going to resonate with the trucking industry. So kind of a countdown until we go live with what we're looking for the initial toe dipping is what I'm going to call it into helping the truck driver in the truck.
Yeah, so this is an app that you're developing, but it is also just a small piece of a bigger vision for how you can help these truckers in ways that they're not currently being helped. And
yeah, well, just corporate interest has got their own interests and not the driver's interest in mind is the deal. So that's what we really want to drive home is that, not guys in suits, but guys with tattoos and, but work boots on are the ones that we're trying to go after.
What do you want people to do when they get to your landing page? And how does that benefit the business?
So what we're going to have them do is pre-order or sign up for updates for when the app actually rolls out. So that is going to give us their information to where we can market to them as soon as the app is live. And then looking forward in our business plan as our vivid vision, as Kevin has said, we want to continue to market to those people as we develop the app into a marketplace further on down the line, and continue to get feedback from those people. Ultimately, we want some beta testers initially to make sure that we've got the vision correct, to give us some constructive criticism on that and help us to polish it till just a shiny candy apple red finish on it, right?
To what extent does the landing page need to qualify the visitor?
So, I mean, really just a simple what part of the industry they're involved in, whether they're driver, broker, dispatcher, company owner, looking into the industry, because we want to weed out some of those kind of looky-loos really initially. Those people might come into play later in our marketing, but the initial people, we need experienced people who can help us try to break this thing basically and polish it up, like I said.
So we need to make sure that the landing page communicates who you're looking for, and through the power of language, you can sort the looky-loos from the people, as you say, who have the experience you really want to weigh in on your beta test. Is that right?
Right, and we want them to, and this is something you guys have helped with through the business planning. Correct. Yeah, we want them to match up with our avatars.
Right.
We may discover a few new avatars in there that we've got to add to our business plan.
So for everybody watching that doesn't know what an avatar is, an avatar would be like your top 3 customers, right? And what you do is you make an amalgamation of their characteristics, and then you name them. So we've got One Truck Chuck, we've got
Scale Down Sam,
Don't
Know Joe,
and Don't Know Joe. I'm Don't Know Joe. So
yeah.
And then you put underneath, what their pains are, what motivates them, their influencers, everything about their industry and what they have. And then you name them so that when you're communicating internally and to your team, you have the same language and people automatically know, oh, the customer for this is One Truck Chuck. Or, like, hey, we want this feature, but Scale Down Sam doesn't understand that. This is more of a One Truck Chuck feature. And so you can group and organize both your marketing and your application development. Because as we're talking to Josh, we're also building the technology behind this. So I'll shut up now.
No, that's great. That's a great point to make. I was going to ask you, Josh, if you don't mind us sharing the avatar.
Yeah.
Document.
Let me get back to it. Avatar.
There's a share button at the bottom of the screen there. Once you got that pulled up, you can hit the share button and select the window you want to share.
Josh Perry joined.
Nice.
Can you guys see it now?
Yeah, here.
There we go. So, as we talked about, Kevin's One Truck Chuck. Small-time truckers who want to shop for hauls, pickups, and deliveries. Don't have all aspects of the business set up, particularly the accounting piece. that's one of the things that we're really focusing on the initial app is, look, I mean, one truck Chuck wants to make money just like we all do, but he's got to know where his expenses are. And this is the key right here is increase net profit. Don't know Joe. He just got his authority, needs more sophistication. Daydream and Dan is a company driver that wants to become an owner operator. You can see my bald spot there. It really comes into play. Scale Down Sam is a very experienced logistician. You can see it from the look on his face, but has scaled down his fleet from 5 to 10 and doesn't really want to deal with the BS of actually running the business. So some of the others that we'll look for on a different aspect is the carrier dispatcher, Paper Push and Peggy, Bonus Hunting Bob, and Keep It in the Family Fred. So respectively, a small trucking company owner here, a employee of a trucking company who wants to be able to figure expenses very quickly and some of the other features it has, and then an independent dispatch service that is designed to serve, you know, one truck Chuck up here at the top. Basically.
Right. So what, for those of you who are new to the concept of avatars, it is not in reference to a well-known movie. This is just a fancy way of talking about a document that is a good idea for any business to put together that that zooms in and focuses on individual customer segments. Okay, so it's a way to understand and logicize who is going to be your ideal customer. And in this case, when we're building an app, who's going to be your users, right? So this is a map that can be applied to almost any kind of business, and it's just good prep to do when you're creating a go-to-market strategy for whatever it is you're building.
Got to understand who you serve.
Got to understand who you serve. Yep. So let's look at some landing pages, some examples. I'm gonna need a second, you guys.
No
well,
worries.
actually, here. So this is an example of a landing page on Upstarts. Now, this is not a pure landing page because we've got other links that folks can click, and a true landing page would actually limit the other actions a visitor can take on the page and restrict it to just one. A typical landing page will ask for a name and an email address. You can get a little bit more sophisticated in adding additional form fields and questions for the user to fill out. But there's always a balancing act between asking for too much input and trying to get the most conversions.
Right.
It's really up to it really depends on your strategy.
And your avatar, what you're trying to get. For example, Plants Without Borders, we went from a lead pages like this into a simple register now opt-in.
Okay, yeah. And this one that we're looking at on the screen, this is a very simple and easy way for business owners to request a consultation with Upstarts. We use a service called Typeform. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but there's a reason we went with Typeform, and that's because it's got a really slick user interface. Okay, so
you can build entire websites and onboarding process with Typeform. It's just badass. That's Typeform that's happening, yeah.
This is Typeform. It just walks you through, it walks you through the process of requesting a consultation with us. We've got our public consultation disclosures on this step. It's interactive, so you have to accept or not accept at this stage.
It's reminiscent to me, and call me crazy, but reminiscent of like old Flash websites, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's HTML5. JavaScript.
Right. And see, it even knows who I am because I just told it.
So
that's an example.
It's pretty slick.
That's one example of many.
Once we get Josh's requirements down, and then we work on the verbiage, we'll probably do an A/B test, because when you're doing a landing page, you want to test everything. It's not like you build it and then you're done. You want to test it, you want to test it, you want to test it. And you can look at metrics, like you can just Google, what should my response rate be, whatnot, especially for industry. And all that information is out there, So I call it the University of YouTube, even though you're not using YouTube. You just always check what's going on in that industry, what those metrics are. So after this call, we'll come back once and we'll do a walkthrough of the landing page that we do build using Josh's software.
Beautiful.
Sounds great, guys. I'm excited about it.
You guys want to look at some examples?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you want to see some more examples?
We've got about 5 more minutes till
just
Josh
for inspiration.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, got to share my other screen here. One of the best resources that an agency or really any creative freelancers out there can have in their bag of tricks is a subscription to a stock creative assets site. The one that I like is Envato Element. You can see here on the screen. And
can you explain why it's so important?
When you're when speed is a factor and you need to go to market quickly, all the creatives out there can relate to this. You don't want to reinvent the wheel for every little thing. So it's nice to have a treasure trove of pre-developed creative assets out there, ranging from images, stock photos, to music files, and even WordPress templates, which is a template you can use on a type of content management system. And Envato Elements has all of these in spades. There's a lot of other stock creative asset sites out there. I've used several of them, and this is the one I keep going back to because the price is right. So up here in the search bar, as you can see, I'm able to select the type of item that I want. I'm going to pick WordPress. They have a whole category for that. And type in landing pages. And so these are landing pages. These are designs that other people have already built. Most of them are customizable to a large degree, and you can tailor the design to fit your brand. So as you can see, like up here in the right-hand corner, there's this looks like it's geared towards a landing page for an app. It's pretty basic. I would not select this one. Some of them get pretty
I mean that's pretty basic. It wouldn't work well with one truck chuck.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So what would you suggest as a creative for Lane Hero, Tyler?
So there's two factors to consider here. When you're selecting when you're selecting a pre-made template for something, you got to think about what is the template going to permit you to do with it. That would be a chief constraint. And you also got to think about your brand. Is this template customizable? How much can I tailor it to my brand? And when I talk about customizability, I'm mainly referring to the ability to swap out images, swap out backgrounds, change the color of things, select fonts, so on and so forth. For Lane Hero, I think we're looking for an app template. And by the way, everybody, we we already have a landing page generator selected for this. I'm mainly diving into the stock assets so that maybe we pick up some ideas, get some inspiration. So here's some app-related templates. Let me know, guys, if anything jumps out at you. This is kind of cool. Okay, here's why I like this. Let me see if I can blow this up a bit. Maybe not. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
So here's why I like this.
I like the color, but we can change that.
Yeah, we could change the color.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think one truck.
Scale down Sam isn't going to appreciate the pink.
Scale down Sam's not into pink, ladies and gentlemen.
He's into Peterbilts and Kenworths.
Yeah.
Let's roll some coal.
You know what would be good as a good background is probably like the steel, the steel plate.
Ooh,
diamond plate,
with
diamond
rivets.
Plate. Diamond plate. Yeah, that would be good. Or a picture of a truck.
Yeah, great idea. Here's why I like this template. This template, it's not just a paragraph of text and an image of your app. It actually breaks down what the components of your app are, and understand that the market we're dealing with for Lane Hero is, no offense intended, a very technologically unsophisticated group.
Yeah.
So I think it would behoove us to really call out all the features of the app right there on the landing page.
In fact, I'm looking at the requirements page that we have on here, and one of the things we've got is fat finger, greasy handed, fumble proof.
Yes, that's right.
This is why avatars are so. When Upstarts does a process, it's something I've been using for 25 years. First, you have your vision, then you have your avatars, behaviors, and pains. Who's your customer? What are their pains? Right, and you get that because that develops your marketing, your branding, your technology, everything.
Yeah. And I also like how there's 4 boxes at the top. That's an opportunity to communicate the benefits of your app, the benefits that go beyond the app itself. So, in our case, the app is a way for them to streamline their business, to account for their finances, to account for the length and duration of their trips, right? So those might be things that we want to communicate at the top of the landing page in what we call the area that's above the fold. And that's the part of the web page that you see before you have to scroll down any. Okay. So I think that's a fine example of a landing page for an app.
Sure.
I'm gonna go to, hey, what's the landing page generator URL?
Phonesites.com.
Okay. So this is a resource that I understand you've already paid for, and it really does a lot. After I looked at the features, I see there's a lot going on under the hood. So it's easy to rationalize using it, especially if it's already paid for. The things that I would look for first thing in any sort of subscription landing page generator is its integrations, because the more integrations a app offers you, the more you can do with the data that you get through the landing page, whether it's just a name and an email address, or you're looking for a lot more information.
Feature set, yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a lot of integrations. So I like that. I like that it's got an SMS integration. That means that people who sign up for your service via the landing page can get a SMS notification when it's time to do a beta test.
I bought it for the embedded videos and GIFs, as Kevin knows.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for a good GIF or meme, or I use them a lot to sell in my business, even for my freight brokerage. And
I like memes. Listen, we do meme marketing all day long, every day for all our brands. I was talking about the old Web 1 animated GIFs, like with the little pictures and the eyeballs that are looking at things. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Hey, as long as we can get the fancy drawing of the trucker up there, I think I think that would satisfy all of our requirements. And I like the SMS because that may be the preferred method of communication for truckers. They already have a smartphone. They probably already run a lot of their business, or try to, off of it anyways.
Yep.
So I think that's a really good one. Let's see if anything else stands out here. Custom branding. That should go without saying. If you can't customize your landing pages, then you're with the wrong service. Okay, so
let's build it, and then we'll come back with Josh as we go through what we've built after today's discovery call. And thanks, Josh, for your time. I know that it's your Friday. Is it Thursday night or Friday night for you?
Thursday night.
Thursday night. It's my
almost
Friday.
Yeah,
forget about that.
It's Friday Eve, right?
Yeah.
Friday Eve.
Well, guys, before we get off the call, I just want to say that I appreciate you guys and everything that we've done up until this point. I know we've done a lot of early stage business planning and plotting to get to this landing page. And anybody out there listening today, if you're on the fence about Upstarts and you're worried about how they're going to push your business forward, trust me, they're going to put a foot in your ass, and they're going to make you get shit done in your business, and you're going to be better for it. I'm a living proof example of that, and just can't thank you guys enough.
Thanks for that, Josh. That means a lot to us both.
So until next time. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Thanks again, Josh. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you to our audience members for tuning in today. Once again, we're going to be working on businesses and building brands right before your eyes, and we're going to be doing this live for your enjoyment and hopefully for your material benefit.
Yeah,
we do this. Run.
How this came together, folks, is we've been doing digital marketing for over 20 years. We do this every single day, and we realize there's a lot of hype out in the market. Everybody's like, oh, gee whiz, bang. And we realized nobody's actually working. Nobody's actually going through, how do you get your business started? How do you take your idea and then make it happen? And that's what we do. And so,
thanks for putting that out. I realized a long time ago, a lot of the gurus in the marketing space, not all of them, but a lot of them are performative in what they do. But there's no real crunch. There's no real substance there. Once you look behind the veil, they're not working.
It's fun to watch. You feel great. You want to get out your credit card, but you're not really building anything. So we might not be as entertaining, but we're definitely going to get you over that line.
Well, I appreciate that endorsement from Josh. That was unexpected. We didn't ask him to say those things.
Thank you, Josh.
And it just really warms my heart.
Yeah.
So thanks again for joining in, and tune in soon. We'll see you around.